everyone, welcome back at Charlotte from at Charlotte's House. Today I wanted to walk you around and show you a little bit of my spring table. Stay tuned. There's something about setting a nice fancy table that I enjoy so much. So I want to show you kind of my process and give you a step-by-step on how I pull together a table. We are really lucky and our dining room is large enough to accommodate this table that will seat 8 to 10 people. So I can really have fun. I like to fill the table with as much as I can. The first thing that I try to decide when I'm setting a table is whether or not I'm going to use placemats or a tablecloth. This table happens to be navy blue, and that doesn't match all of my color schemes. So in this situation, I wanted a light, bright pastel table, and that navy blue didn't really fit my vibe. So I put down this floral tablecloth. I picked it up at Home Goods. I think it's Kate Spade, but I love the colors, and I kind of use this as my springboard. I love to set a pretty layered, intricate table setting, and that starts with the charger. That white lacy plate was actually from Michael's. I believe it was on sale, so maybe it was $1.50 a piece, and it just sets the tone for spring. There's something about that lace detailing around the corner that I love. And then those blush tones I've brought in as much as I can. I'm really crazy about them. That plate is actually from Marshall's, but I know that IKEA sells something similar, so keep your eye out. But I just love that pale pink. That patterned dessert plate on the top was actually a gift to me from my great aunt. It belonged to her mother, I believe. So that is very old, and it is so pretty. The colors just match everything that I am loving these days, and so I thought that would be the perfect topper. I also love to mix and match the old with the new, the high end with the low end. So to pair that with a $1.50 plastic charger from Michael's, I just think is sort of fun. I brought out my bright green acrylic silverware. That is also from IKEA. And it is just the perfect thing to flank the plates. It's really bright. I love it. I'm not sure that it's something I would use for everyday use. I don't know if I would trust that in a dishwasher, but for a spring tablescape, it is perfect. And then last but not least, we celebrate Easter in our family, so I brought out those fun Easter napkin rings. They were purchased from Michael's last year, but I just love the little bunny ears and obviously that blush pink. Matches meant to be. Here's a pro tip. Those water glasses were actually in the votive section, and they're glass, they're 100% food safe, and they're plenty big enough for water, so I'm setting the table with them, and I'm not putting candles in there. I always have fun trying to figure out my centerpiece, and I saw that felt Easter basket at Marshall's. I knew that that was going to be the anchor to this centerpiece, so I brought it home. I tucked the handles under, and I've just popped some inexpensive potted plants in there. I love the way they look. That rabbit you see there was from the Target dollar spot, and again, I put an inexpensive hardware store flower in there. And together, I love the way they create a little bit of a focal point for the table, but they don't take over the table, which is always important. I should mention that at no time do I expect to ever sit at this table. I have 5 small kids. They would break 90% of the stuff on this table. So for something like this, it was just a fun occasion for me to bring out some of my dishes and to make this room look really pretty, and I love it. I typically don't style my sideboard a ton. The table itself is quite busy, and so I just bring a few little elements onto the sideboard so it doesn't look bare. I love this colored glass. It matches my tablescape. And then I just have these little fairy lights kind of scattered throughout. I don't leave them on all the time, but obviously at night they look really, really sweet and magical. And I just love that it adds a little bit of interest to this space so it's not completely boring. Every time I share pictures of our dining room, I get questions about these sweet pencil drawings that we have over the mantle. I will link to the Etsy artist in the video description. She is so talented. I gave these to my husband for Christmas a couple years ago, and she created these portraits just from photographs that I emailed her. They couldn't be sweeter. I had them framed at a local frame shop with those simple wooden frames. They are always crooked. Yes, I am aware of that, but there's such an amazing reminder of how these kids looked when they were little. And then you're also getting a peek of my thrifted glass candlestick collection. I've run out of room. but I love these too. I will also link to the tutorial I have on both YouTube and my blog for those macrame pieces. This couldn't be simpler to do. I just made 2 macrame wall hangings, and then I just hung them on those frames, and I covered the back of the frame with painter's drop cloth. Who said art had to be fancy or expensive? Every so often when I set a tablescape, I will use that as an occasion to entertain, but this spring has gotten really busy with spring break and birthday parties, so sadly this time around, I'm just gonna ogle my table setting and then I'm gonna put all this away. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed having a little tour of our spring table in here. For those of you that set a holiday table, what is your favorite part? Do you like the centerpiece? Do you like putting together the place setting itself? Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and have a great day, everyone.